29 points. That's how far the Knicks were down. 29. Most teams would have quit. Most teams would have packed it in, started thinking about the next game. Not these Knicks. They pull off the biggest comeback in NBA Finals history. But before we get there, Stanley Cup Final Game 5 in progress right now. Tied at 1. A Tommy trend that says the chaos isn't done yet. RBC Canadian Open is wide open. We got a new bark bet featuring a pup up for adoption from Freedom First Rescue, a new clown of the week, and of course we'll go off the rails. What do you say? We get it started Thursday night. It's Thirsty Thursday. Here we go. It's Off the Hook, sports talk that pays off. Tommy Trends hanging out here with you after a few technical difficulties here on my end. Most of it user error, go figure. But appreciate everyone checking in while the Stanley Cup Final Game 5 is going on right now. Tied at 1. We are the 12-minute mark in the second period. So we'll break that down, get you the Tommy trend of the day, and then, of course, we'll look at the greatest NBA Finals comeback in history with the Knicks beating the Spurs last night. We'll go up north of the border, and we'll check in the RBC Canadian Open, where lots of guys, 5-6 guys tied for first there after round 1. Of course, Bark Bet's Clown of the Week, off the rails. So what do you say? Talk some sports, have a little fun, find a few betting angles, and we'll see what the hell happens. But let's just get right into the Stanley Cup Finals. It's Game 5 tonight in Carolina. And right now, like I said, 1-1 at the 12-minute mark in the second period. So not as many goals scored thus far as the past 4 games, but, you know, there's a lot of time left. So I am on the over tonight, but we'll get more into that. And it's really the best of 3 now when you look at it. So historically, whoever wins Game 5 is probably going to be skating around with that Stanley Cup trophy a few days from now. So this is a pretty pivotal game in this series. And if this series has taught us anything, taught me a lot more about hockey than what I fucking know. And I'll admit, I told you I'm not a hockey handicapper. I just love watching hockey. But this series taught us a lot. Absolutely no one is safe in this series. No lead is safe. No goalie safe. No bet is safe, that's for sure. And no game script survives more than about 20 minutes. We had blown leads in every game. We had goals flying in from everywhere. We had chaos, momentum swings, and enough offense to make NHL purists cry. I told you the other day, I want to go through my past notes from these past shows and look at some of the historical stats and trends and data that we pulled from this series. Because in my opinion, it's going to go down as one of the best Stanley Cup finals that we've seen in quite some time. And it might rank up there with one of the top ones. So, you know, we'll see. I'll have to go back through my notes. But as far as this series goes, I mean, you know, it's just been pure chaos. And like I said, whoever wins tonight, pretty much going to be hoisting that Stanley Cup trophy. So when you look at with that, the trends or the stats there, when a Stanley Cup series is tied at 2, the Game 5 winner goes on to win 74% of the time. So that's, you know, 3 out of 4 times the winner of Game 5 is going to hoist that cup. And if the home team wins Game 5, that number climbs to 83% of the time. So make no mistake, this isn't another game tonight. This could potentially decide the outcome of this series. Now, like I said, this series has been absolute chaos from the start. And you really want to appreciate it. Whether you're a casual hockey fan like myself, I mean, throughout the season, I'll watch games here and there. But when it's playoff hockey, definitely tune in, because that's when you get really good hockey. Not that they don't get during the regular season, but there's something about playoff hockey. But like I said, whether you're a casual fan, maybe someone just tuning in because they're intrigued by this matchup, but you got to appreciate just how insane this series has been right from the start. So every single game, you've had a blown multi-goal lead every game. We said no lead is safe. Carolina came back from they were down 4-0 in game 3. Came back. Vegas blew leads. Carolina's blown leads. Every game just feels like no one's in control. No lead is safe. And that's pretty awesome when you think about it. It just keeps you entertained. Depends what side you're on with a bet. You might really be sweating it out. But I mean, you just got to appreciate this chaos and this back and forth. Now, before this game, before the puck dropped, from a betting market perspective, Vegas was getting 66% of the spread. So most of the 66% of the handle was on the spread for Vegas. 53% of the money line handle was also on Vegas. Now, I guess people are finally starting to wake up because before game 4, people were saying, I'm going to take the under. There's, whatever podcast or wherever you consume your sports info. There were quite a few people saying take the under last game, but now that's completely flipped. So about 91% of the handle was on the over for tonight, and 82% of the tickets were on the over as well. So public, I guess, finally waking up, and they've seen basically 4 straight track meets, and they're saying, yeah, give me another one. And I can't disagree with that. There's no way you're going to get me to bet the under. No way. Not the way these teams have been scoring. And this series has produced 33 goals in the first 4 games. That's an average of just over 8 goals a game. Every game has produced at least 7 goals. Every game, which is rare to see this. Now we got depending on what book you use, is 6, 6.5. I got it at 5.5. I got it early, and that number was climbing. So the market was basically begging you to take the over in this one. So I mean, like I said, it's 1-1 now. The 10-minute mark in the second period. I still think the over cashes. But we'll see. We're gonna get one last shootout here tonight in this pivotal game 5, or are their buttholes gonna tighten up a little bit, and we get a little bit more pressure, and get a little bit more, little less scoring than what we've seen. But I still think the over cashes tonight. One of the big things when you look at it from Carolina's perspective, I'm on Vegas. Obviously, I said Vegas in 6. This could go 7, to be honest with you. But I think the biggest edge with Carolina tonight is throughout the series, they've completely dominated the first and third periods. Vegas throughout the series has won all the second periods. Why? Well, because throughout the series in the second period, Vegas has scored 9 goals to Carolina's 1. 9-1, they've outscored Carolina in the second period. But in the first and third period, Carolina has outscored Vegas 15-6. So that middle period, Vegas comes alive, but then Carolina's doing their scoring in the first and third period, 15-6. And when I saw that, I was like, that's wild. So now, though, this game is pivotal. We'll see. But typically, in the trends in this series, when the game's on the line and when it starts off, Carolina's hot. And they've been the better hockey team, I guess, if from that standpoint. I still like Vegas. I like the momentum that Vegas had rolling into this series after they swept Colorado. Like I said, Vegas in 6, but I could definitely see this going 7. So a couple other things to note here for Carolina. Jordan Staal, he already had a goal tonight. I mean, he's just a problem for Vegas. He has their number. Basically, Torts can't solve the problem of Jordan Staal. 5 goals in 4 games. He's scored in every game this Stanley Cup Final. I mean, he's just all over the crease, in front of the net. Vegas just can't get him out of the crease. And Tortorella admitted it. So, every time Carolina gets traffic in front of Carter Hart, Staal is right there in the mix, mucking it up. And like I said, he already scored tonight. And 37-year-old Jordan Staal still making noise with that veteran presence, and does it again. You just go back and watch replays of these games, and he's just right there every game, creating havoc, and he did it again tonight. Already got a goal on the board. So, and then you look at the goaltending standpoint. Now, yeah, okay, you might think, well, these teams have scored a lot of goals. The goaltending has been shit. I don't really know about that. I just think it's these teams, the way these teams play, they just play fast. And, for example, we just talked about Jordan Staal and the havoc he creates when he's in the crease. And, I just think these guys are just two very well evenly matched teams. But from a goaltending standpoint, that's the biggest thing. Carolina rolling with Bussy again. I mean, why not? He's a hot hand. He was the first goalie in NHL history to win his first 2 career playoff starts in the Stanley Cup Final. Right. So, and of course, Vegas sticking with Carter Hart. You can't argue that. Like I said, I don't think it's been bad goaltending. I just think these teams just can find a way to score. And then, you had some crazy bounces, puck goes in, right? So, like I said, I don't think it's necessarily bad goaltending on either side. But you can't argue with Carolina rolling with the hot hand. And they asked Tortorella if he was worried about Hart, and he says not at all, which, I mean, why would you be? He's got you there, roll with it. So I don't see any reason for Vegas to make a move. He has allowed 4 goals or more in every game this series. Now, Vegas loses tonight. Well, then maybe that's a different story. But Carolina just scored. Now it's 2-1. See, you take your head away from a TV or from your phone or wherever you're consuming it, and you got another goal. So, yeah. But again, like I said, if Vegas loses tonight, maybe somebody else is in net for Game 6. I don't know. We'll see. But a couple of things to watch here. Obviously, is so far Carolina sustained that second period push from Vegas. We're at the 8-minute mark now of the second period, and Vegas hasn't scored, even though they've been owning the second period in this series. We already talked about Jordan Staal. He's in there just creating a mess for Vegas. But I think this could go 7. I really think that this series could go 7. And like I said, I still think the over cashes tonight. But you look at it, I guess, on a stat sheet overall, you'd say maybe the edge goes to Carolina in this best of 3 series. Taking care of home ice so far tonight, controlling more of the game here tonight. So, and they've been better in the first and third period. But we've seen pretty much everything. This lead is not safe, though. I wouldn't be surprised Vegas comes out and scores before this period is over. No lead is safe. I would not be shocked if we see more blown leads in this game, more lead changes. That's just been the theme so far. Just chaos. That's the theme. Just complete and utter chaos in the Stanley Cup Finals. I love it. And it makes for great betting. Even if you're doing live betting, hedging a bet that you may have already placed. But this series for sure makes for great live betting. And listen, we are powered by Pikkit. And if you are doing live betting and you're not using Pikkit, what are you doing? Because Pikkit has all your books right there in one spot. So when you're live betting, you got to be fast and furious with your thumb or your finger or your toes, whatever you're using to get your bet in on your book. And what a better way than to have all your books synced to Pikkit, get you the best lines for whatever books you have synced. Because like I said, you're live betting, you got to be super fast, and that changes. And then sometimes that line closes and the game's locked and you can't even bet. So make sure you're using Pikkit. And like I said, for live betting, it makes it a lot easier than pulling up all your apps. But download the Pikkit app, put in code OTH there. And when you set up your account, and you can track us there, track your friends, track your bets, everything all in one place with Pikkit. And like I said, live betting, that's where it really comes in handy for sure, amongst other things, but pulls it right up. So NHL hockey, great for live betting, especially this series. But let's go and talk about, you know what? I do have a Tommy trend of the day that goes with the game here tonight. So a couple Tommy trends here. So like I said, it's complete chaos here in the Stanley Cup Finals. Nothing has made sense in this series. Like I said, multi-goal, blown leads, overcashed in all 4 games. Favorite keeps flip-flopping. And the series is tied, so it's the best 3. So if you look at the weirdest stat of this entire series, we talked about Vegas outscoring Carolina 9-1 in the second period. But then outside of that, Carolina's dominated. So Carolina win in the first period, and they win the third period. They win in overtime, but they're getting destroyed in that middle period, in that 20 minutes in between. So I don't know. I can't really remember, even as a casual hockey fan, there might be, diehard NHL fans that this may have happened before, but I can't remember this lopsided scoring in a period in the Stanley Cup Final. So another trend that we already talked about, but worth noting, the over. It just refuses to die. Every single game has gone over. Every single one. 36 combined goals through 4 games. The pre-series total goals market was 31.5. That got fucking cooked. That's done. So hopefully you didn't have any of those. No game has produced fewer than 7 goals. Think about it. Even tonight, books opened 5.5, and that got fucking buried because I think it closed at around 6.5. But it was all over the place. So it was telling you to take the over. Goalies. Like I said, I don't think they're really getting torched. It's just the way these teams are creating goals. And like we talked about, Jordan Staal getting in the crease and causing problems. I don't think it's necessarily bad goaltending, but Carter Hart allowing 4 goals or more in every game of the final, every single game. And there's another stat that I had on Carter Hart. I read it off the other day on here. So he's the first goalie in NHL history to allow 4 more goals in the first 4 games of Stanley Cup. And as far as this, I want to say 33 goals that they've combined for in the first 4 games. That's the most in a Stanley Cup Final since 1981. But again, I don't really see that it's bad goaltending per se. I just think these teams just know how to create goals, and just the way they play. Another trend that I thought was kind of weird. If you look at some of the stars of this series, Jack Eichel. Now he had an assist tonight. He's been pretty much absent. Sebastian Aho, no goals. So him and Eichel both putting up donuts as far as the goal stat sheet. So 2 of the biggest stars coming into this, and they have 0 goals. Meanwhile, fucking Jordan Staal looks like he's Wayne Gretzky skating around out there. So like I said, nothing makes sense. And then talk about I don't know if I'd say the resurgence of Mitch Marner, but I mean, Toronto basically ran a guy out of town and said he doesn't show up. He hides in big games. Well, fucking Mitch Marner had the fastest hat trick in a period in Stanley Cup history the other game, and he's just been on a tear. So nothing really makes sense. But the stars, Eichel, Aho, they've been absent and just not even a factor at all. And then with the betting angle, both teams scoring 3+ goals every game, and the blown leads and the overtime, double overtime, 7+ goals. I mean, it's just something you don't see. So one of the plays that I did take, both teams to score 3+ goals on it, that was plus 200 and plus money on that. So, I think that's going to cash, even though right now, let's see, did anybody else score? No, we're still 2-1. Second period is just about over. It's 3-1. Shit, Carolina just scored. You see what I'm saying? Oh my God. You can't keep, your head's got to be on a swivel with this series. You walk away to take a piss, grab a slice of pizza, and you come back and 3 fucking goals are scored. It's just fucking mind blowing. Absolutely mind blowing. So some of the Tommy trends of the day that I pulled out here. I'm sure there's going to be a lot more. Like I said, I want to go through my notes and when this series is over and see what kind of stats we have and what kind of records were broken, or this hasn't happened in 60 years or shit like that. Because I still think there's a lot of hockey left, and especially if this goes 7, we're going to see even more wild things happen with this series. So let's roll right into the Bark Bets for this week. And every week we feature a pup up for adoption from Freedom First Rescue. And this week's pup that we're backing is Echo. And, really, it's not about the bets here. It's really about getting these pups a forever home and helping them get adopted. That's what it's all about. We throw some bets here. These are the plays that we're barking the loudest about each week. So we do this once a week and feature that pup up for adoption. But before I give you my bark bet, because it is hockey related, obviously, we're in the hockey segment of the program here. Let's talk about Miss Echo, and the pup that we're backing this week is Echo from Freedom First Rescue. And honestly, if there was a dog that understood perseverance, it's this one. Echo was found wandering the streets of Philadelphia alone. Nobody came looking for her. When rescuers found her, she had scars, bite wounds, and suggested she'd been through a lot more than any dog should have to endure. But here's the amazing part. Echo never quit. She never gave up. And if you've been watching the NBA Finals this week, that should sound pretty familiar, and even these Stanley Cup Finals. Just like the Knicks and the Stanley Cup Finals series we got going on, they keep finding a way to fight back when everybody thinks they're done, and Echo keeps showing up. She's deaf or very close to it, but that hasn't stopped her from learning, growing, and trusting people again. Since she's been rescued, Echo has completed professional training and transformed from a scarred, uncertain dog into one that can confidently walk through public places and spaces with her head held high. She doesn't need to hear the crowd. She just needs somebody in her corner, and that's what makes Echo so special. She pays attention, she trusts, and she fights through adversity. And when she finds her person, she bonds hard. Echo is fully potty trained. She's crate trained, professionally trained. She's spayed, microchipped, vaccinated, and she's ready for a forever home. So she'd do best in a calm home with kids over 10 as the only pet, where she can continue building confidence that she's worked so hard to earn. So if you're looking for a loyal teammate who's overcome the odds and still ready to give everything she's got, Echo is for sure your MVP. Check them out, freedomfirstrescue.com. You can read up on Echo and her bio there, and also check out the other dogs they have up for adoption at Freedom First Rescue. Facebook.com/Freedom First Rescue. They post their community events, pup meet and greets, and events calendar absolutely loaded. The third annual Freedom First Rescue Golf Tournament will be coming up in October, but lots of other great things that they do for the community and for these pups. So let's help Miss Echo and all the other pups here at Freedom First Rescue get their forever home. FreedomFirstRescue.com. Remember, adopt, don't shop. So our bark bet this week, we did a little parlay this week for the bark bet. We took the Vegas Golden Knights on the puck line, getting a goal and a half, and we took over 5.5 goals tonight with a little bonus boost action there. That parlay was plus 204. So let's see what happens tonight. Vegas has got to score some goals here to cover. I do think that cashes. So that's the bark bet this week is Vegas plus 1.5 tonight in the puck line, and over 5.5 total goals in this game. So I mean, it's perfect play for tonight as we went through the Tommy trends where we had all 4 games hit the over, at least 7 goals in all 4, 7 blown leads. I can't remember how many blown leads we had, but and every game has come down to pretty much right at the end of these games. So no lead is safe. So look, we don't need Vegas to win. We don't need Carolina to win. We just need to cash the over and to keep it close. And right now, we're at 4 total goals, 3-1 as we head to intermission. So one more period to play down there in Raleigh, and we'll see what happens. But listen, like we said, it's not about the bark bet cash, and it's about getting these pups a forever home. So check them out. Like I said, freedomfirstrescue.com, and all the info is there for you, and how to adopt a pup. So let's get into last night's Knicks Spurs game and the absolute chaos that came about from that game. I still can't believe what happened. This is one of the now Yankees fans would argue that there's been more historic Yankees moments in New York sports, but the Knicks are so starved for a championship, and the way these Knicks keep fighting back is just absolutely unbelievable. I mean, if you watch this game, I thought they were cooked, absolutely cooked. Now, of course, they couldn't even cover the fucking 2.5 points they were laying. So, did not cash or Pikkit play of the day on that, but whatever, they still won. I said Knicks in 6, but it might be Knicks in 5 after last night. And this team is just built different. But I mean, I'm sure a lot of people turned it off at halftime. I'm surprised, honestly, that the crowd stuck around at Madison Square Garden. Well, probably because they're paying like $10,000 a seat, so which is why they stuck around. But I mean, this is like, and now I'm going to show my age here. The '88 World Series with the Dodgers when Gibson hit the home run, and you saw the taillights heading out of Dodger Stadium, and people left. So good on New York fans for sticking around to see this epic win, and I don't think we'll ever see a game like this. I mean, this series has been historic. And a couple things stuck out here looking at this game. Over the last 2 NBA postseasons, teams trailing by 20-plus points in a playoff game are 4-71. 4-71. The Knicks are 5-3. 5-3. The entire NBA is 4-71 in those situations, and the Knicks are 5-3. Second time in these playoffs they come back from 20 down in the fourth quarter. Remember that they smoked Cleveland. Cleveland pretty much thought they had that game won, and the Knicks come back and beat them, and then the Knicks do it again last night. Now, to be honest with you, I don't even know. I don't even know how they did it. They just looked. In the other games where they've come back, they just looked different. And last night, took them a while to wake up. And like I said, at halftime, I thought they were cooked. I would have never expected this to end the way that it did. But they didn't give up, and they just kept chipping away. And that's what Mike Brown said. If they can get it to like 15, 16, and just chip away, that puts them in a spot. But that stat is 4-71. Everybody else, the Knicks are 5-3 in this spot. They just don't quit. They don't panic, and they just keep throwing punches. Got back in the game and ended up winning. OG Anunoby has never had to pay for a meal the rest of his life in New York City. I mean, just the way that game ended. Now, the Knicks win this series, even though I said Karl Anthony Towns was probably your MVP, and then but OG Anunoby is probably the MVP. Will he get it? I don't know. Because Brunson had his best game of the series last night, putting up 36, and the Knicks win. Brunson's probably the MVP. Should he be? Probably Anunoby. I mean, another thing that stood out too was the shot quality. The Knicks 108 and Spurs 109. But if you look now, in the words of Kenny Atkinson, analytics or a spreadsheet for Kenny Atkinson, he thinks he gets wins off a spreadsheet. But you don't win ball games in Excel or on a spreadsheet. But analytically, telling you the teams are basically even. And even if you look at the shot quality from the last few games, it would tell you the series should be tied. But this Knicks team is the better team. Like I said, you don't win ball games on a spreadsheet. But if Kenny Atkinson, I guess you think you get your wins on a spreadsheet. But the Knicks have heart. They have determination. They had the momentum, and they just refuse to quit or die. And the Knicks keep showing up in these moments. But yeah, like I said, the shot quality tells you these teams are pretty much even, but they're really not. The Knicks are the better team, the more experienced team. And then the De'Aaron Fox mistake. For a veteran to make that mistake in those moments, and I have a clip to play with that. It's just, let me play. This guy does a pretty good job of breaking this down, of where De'Aaron Fox shit the bed last night. So we'll look at this quick clip here. And he does a better job explaining than I could possibly do.
So let's go through every dog shit play that De'Aaron Fox made in the second half. Just a head-scratching pass by the little fella here. Then 60 seconds later, Fox, who should be the last person on planet Earth doing a James Harden dribble, step-back shot, does that. So Fox actually gets taken out after that shot. He checks back in with a minute left. And what in the actual fuck is that pass? And then the very next possession, at the end of the third quarter, Fox again, dribble, right off the foot, and out of bounds. And then this possession right here, 3 minutes left, 4-point game. Imagine this being your possession. This is the biggest play of the game. Fox is having a family barbecue. Dribbling the ball off his foot. No rush at all. Oh, shit. There's only 6 seconds left in the shot clock. And then you got to play everyone and their grandma are talking about. Fox looks like he has a breakaway. Terrible. He can't outrun
absolutely
OG
terrible. 13 fucking seconds left.
Dribble out the clock. He decides to go up and he gets
fucking idiot.
Swatted. And then on the final possession of the game, my voice is cooked right now. Fox is on Anunoby. Wemby is on Brunson. Fox then decides to help Wemby. He doubles Brunson. No one's on Anunoby. End up, maybe. Yes, maybe. That will be your.
Told you, he did a hell of a lot better job explaining it than I did, or I would do. But I mean, you see the reel of mistakes that Fox made, but that play at the end of the game with 13 seconds left, you dribbled the fucking ball out on every other fucking play. Dribble. 13 seconds left. Just dribble the ball out, and the game's over, and you go back home tied up. Instead, now you're down 3-1 with a stupid fucking mistake. For how much money he's getting paid, he shouldn't be making a mistake like that. That's just unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. But it happens. It's basketball. I mean, these Spurs just find ways to lose games. It's unbelievable. But one of the I think the pivotal spot of this game was Jose Alvarado, New York kid. Mike Brown, you saw him searching in the first half. Played his whole fucking bench. 12 guys playing. I mean, he was just lost. He was just looking for an answer, looking for a spark. He's just like throwing darts. Who can help, right? That's I don't know if that's ever been done in playoff basketball. The whole entire bench is used in the first half, but he was looking for answers. And then Jose Alvarado happened. You get him for basically nothing at the trade deadline. Now you look at the stat sheet. Well, he only had 8 points. That's not. Alvarado comes in, and the energy of the game completely changed. The Knicks are getting smoked at halftime, and what they had to do in the second half is they had to come out, and they had to pick up the pace and put it in high fucking gear. And, if they had any shot at winning that game, they had to really step it up, put it in high gear, and get a high amount of possessions to be able to score. And when he came in, they kicked it in high gear. So him and Brunson on the court made a completely changed the game when he came in. Like I said, the energy, the pace, everything changed when he came in. They were speeding everything up. They were attacking. The Spurs they looked like they didn't have a fucking clue. With that combination, Alvarado and Brunson on the floor, it flipped the rhythm of the game. Spurs had no answers. The Knicks dictated that tempo, dictated the pace, and the comeback, and rest is history. But completely had the Spurs deer in headlights look when Alvarado came in. I mean, he's a game changer. Who would have thought? So Mike Brown throwing darts in the first half, and then the second half comes out, and Jose Alvarado comes in, local kid, makes good. And that was your difference maker. And contrast to what Kenny Atkinson thinks, what we talked about, winning games on a spreadsheet with shot quality. Mike Brown, now I said it before in this program, and Mike Brown, he's an okay coach. I just was never a fan of him. And then you question what do NBA coaches really do. I'll tell you what, Mike Brown earned his paycheck last night, because analytically it tells you fucking not to go with Alvarado that much, and you'd be like, well, this guy's fucking nuts putting Alvarado in a big pressure spot like this, right? But like I said, you don't win games on a stat sheet, so analytics throw them out the fucking window in the playoffs. Right? And good on Mike Brown for he was willing to adjust. And that's what a lot of coaches don't do. They just stick to the plan. Even the Spurs, they kind of just stick to the plan, and if it doesn't work, we'll figure it out. But Mike Brown, I'll tell you what, he wins a championship with the Knicks. Definitely earned his paycheck. And I'll be the first to admit that, some of the criticisms I had of Brown and just being like an okay coach, I'll apologize for that, because I think this guy has showed throughout. Started off the season questionable, but as the season went on and as this team rolled through the playoffs, he's earned his paycheck, and it shows why they moved on from Tibbs and went with him in the offseason. Because I didn't like the move, I'll be honest with you. And I'm not a Knicks fan, but I just thought it was a bad move. But Mike Brown, he's definitely changed my opinion on him for sure, especially after last night. Because like I said, most coaches would just stick to the plan and, just be like, all right, we're cooked here. Let's move on to the next one and figure it out. But he didn't. He adjusted and found a spark. And they got the W, and now they have a controlling lead in this series. And how can you not mention OG Anunoby? I mean, what a legacy game. Like I said, he's never had to pay for a meal again in that city. 33 points, 10 of 15 shooting, 7 of 9 for 3. Just absolutely unconscious. I mean, and we just showed the clip of the block he made on Fox at the end. It's rare then seconds later for a player who already made a play like that to then be involved in another play a few seconds later when he has a game-winning tip in. That's just rare. So he pretty much has the defensive play of the game, and then he follows it up with an offensive play of the game. I mean, within a matter of seconds. And I said it before, and this is what drives me nuts with this new style of NBA and just how they play, is the fundamental piece. All San Antonio had to do was box the fuck out, and he doesn't get that tip in. Nobody boxes out anymore, and everybody's just chucking threes. And I mean, look at some of these lazy threes that San Antonio. I mean, they're shooting lights out in the first half. Okay. You know, we live and die by that. Historically, it's going to tell you that you're not going to shoot 60+% the whole game, right? That you're going to regress at some point. But they come out and just start firing away lazy threes. That let the Knicks back in it, right? It's just, and then you hear at the end of the game, they didn't box out. Come on, fucking box out. At least make an attempt, you know, and they didn't. Collapse. It was a collapse, as much as it was a Knicks comeback. I mean, they just kept the door open for the Knicks by the sloppy play in the third period. And Wemby plays the whole third period. I mean, what the fuck? I mean, you know, I get it, but you should at least give him a breather here and there when you had a lead. Another interesting thing, too, with the Spurs team, they led by double digits in the first quarter. In the first quarter of every game this series, they've led by double digits. They had leads late. They couldn't close it, right? I think they've led every game of this series with 2 minutes left, and they've blown that. Series could easily be tied, but it's not. They just can't close. They keep making these critical mistakes. Charles Barkley, he summed it up best last night. Let's hear what the Chuckster had to say with this Spurs team. This is great.
Okay, what did we see? We saw the dumbest basketball team in the history of civilization. Oh, wow. We saw they had a 25-point lead, took eight straight threes. Like, they thought to get, like, that was some of the most mismanaged, stupid basketball. Hey, when you blow a 29-point lead, the other team has to help you. The San Antonio Spurs helped the New York Knicks win this game by doing some of the stupid-ass stuff I've ever seen on a basketball court.
Congratulations to the Knicks for coming back, but Chuck, I agree with you.
Okay, what did we see?
Pretty much sums up the Spurs. But he's not wrong. I mean, they've just made, I mean, Mitch Johnson, this guy ain't the answer. I'm sorry. I thought this guy was doing a decent job. I don't think Mitch Johnson is the answer. He's gotten exposed really bad in this finals. With the leads that this team has had and them not being able to close. Dude, you got to close. I know the Knicks are a different team, and I said the Knicks in 6. I said the Knicks are a better team going into the series. But, I mean, the mistakes that he's made, I mean, look at fucking game 1 when he pulls Dylan Harper. I was looking at analytics. His analytics tell you Dylan Harper should have been in there, and Fox was in there, right, at the end of the game. It just, the mistakes that Mitch Johnson has made, I don't know. I hate to see a guy lose his job over one series because he did have a good season, but I don't know. He's getting exposed, and it makes you question. At least if you're a Spurs fan, your question is he the answer? I don't know, but I don't really follow the Spurs much other than, but what I see from Mitch Johnson, I don't think he's the answer for that team. And I don't think they fucking win on Saturday night either. Now, one video I did see, now Wemby, I don't know. This guy's a dirty motherfucker, if you ask me. And I'm okay with physical play, but this play here, and he got another flagrant foul. So they better be careful. He gets one more, and he's sitting out a game. He should be at 4 now, but we already beat that with a dead horse with the Brunson non-call and not even giving him a flagrant after the fact that they reviewed it. But he's got 3 flagrant fouls. He gets one more, and he's sitting. But look at this play on Anunoby. And, I mean, this was pretty intentional, what he did here. So look at how he clearly just goes, let's go back on that. Watch him here. He clearly tried to step on. What's he trying to do? Take his leg out? What are you doing? Look, I'm all for physical play and letting these guys play, but there's another thing when you're out there trying to take a guy out or take cheap shots on guys. Like I said, I like the old school style, late 80s, early 90s when guys would rough each other up. Lambeer, Mahorn, Barkley, those guys were always getting in the scrums. But the Spurs team's pretty dirty. And then I don't have the clip pulled up, but the clip where he is waving at Mitchell Robinson, and you can see he's pointing at him, he's like, I'm in your head. Yeah, you fucking lost. No wonder the fans were throwing eggs at him when they were walking into the hotel, and I don't agree with that either. You can yell and scream all you want, but when you start throwing shit at players, that's where you cross the line with fans. And I feel like lately or recently, these fans think the ticket entitles them to do whatever the fuck they want. Now, you still got to be respectful. Like, if you want to yell and taunt the guys, that's fine. But there's also a limit to that, too, and where you take it. But, yeah, I think Wemby's on the verge of being a dirty player. I don't know. This Knicks team just doesn't quit. I can't wait to see the ratings, not only from the game last night, but this series overall. This might break NBA records from a viewership standpoint here. And it's not also too for the NBA. I mean, you had a dud of a finals last year with the Pacers and the Thunder, complete dud. And now you get these two teams, which it's not really just an NBA story anymore. I mean, you're getting maybe people who wouldn't even watch, or you're getting more casual fans involved, or it's this crossover even from maybe other sports where maybe someone's a diehard college football fan or an NFL fan who doesn't really care about the NBA, but they're almost like forced to watch because of the crazy things that have happened in this series, similar to the NHL Stanley Cup. Both these championship series have been phenomenal. Whether you're a casual fan, a non-fan, a fan of either one of the teams or not, you're getting entertainment. And, these historic moments, these are where people are going to be 10, 15 years from now and say, yeah, I remember I was when the Knicks, or who I was watching the game with when the Knicks came back, they were down 29. Or you're sitting there hedging your bet and firing off bets to hedge your bet because your Knicks bet was cooked. Now, I didn't do that because I probably should have. I don't even know. I didn't even check because I was so pissed off at their effort in the first half. I was just disgusted. But I probably should have hedged my Knicks lane 2 in the hook that I took. And I didn't. But I can only imagine what the money line was for the Knicks at halftime when they were getting blown out their own building. But I mean, it's the NBA couldn't ask for a better series, especially with the controversy with refs and guys sitting out and this time management shit or game management shit. And then now you get a finals like this, and these historic moments, people are gonna remember where they're at. And the Knicks now are one win away from the championship, since 1973. So you can bet whether you're a Knicks fan or you're not a Knicks fan or just a sports fan, if and when the Knicks wrap this up, you'll remember where you're at because I mean the Knicks haven't won in damn nearly 60 years. So I think they get it done Saturday night. I'm sure New York fans probably would like to see them win it in New York, but I don't honestly know if the city of New York could handle the Knicks winning the championship in New York. I think it's going to be bad enough if when they win it. I mean, the shit they're doing, the shit they did after they lost, and then the shit they're doing after they won last night. If the Knicks lose on Saturday, and then I think the next game is Tuesday, and then they wrap it up at home, I'll just burn that fucker right to the ground. Forget it. New York City would be toast. But I do think the Knicks will get it done on Saturday. I think you pretty much, whatever amount of hope the Spurs had, you just ripped their soul right out with this last night. And, and I think the Knicks, I said it when the series started, the best thing that happened for the Knicks was for them to start on the road and no pressure or less pressure. And you saw the pressure cooker that was game 3, where they sloppy and they just looked off when I think a lot of that had to do with the atmosphere and all the hype. And now they can, there's less pressure on them going to San Antonio. And all the pressure is on the Spurs to keep this series alive. But the Knicks going on the road, I think, is a good thing for them. And I think they get it done Saturday. So we'll see if it gets wrapped up or if this goes one more. As much as I love this series, I want it to wrap up. If this thing goes 7, then we're talking about maybe a historic collapse. I don't think it's going to happen, but you could have a historic comeback and a historic collapse by the same fucking team if we get to game 7. If we get to game 7, there's going to be some problems on the Knicks end if that happens. But see what happens, and the Knicks can wrap it up or not and get it done and bring the championship back to New York City. But let's head north of the border and get you caught up on some golf action from round 1 at the Canadian Open, the RBC Canadian Open. This first round leaderboard. So we got the Gala, Grillo, Cole, Koepka, Burns, and Anderson. They're all tied for first at 6 under. They all decided they're going to go out and all fire off a 64 in the first round. And we said it yesterday on Tee to Green here, and you can go back and watch the replay where we did an extensive breakdown of this tournament and what it takes to win here. I'm not going to do that because I want to watch the last period of this hockey game. But you can go back and watch a replay of that from yesterday where we go into the course breakdown, the profile, player profiles, and all that shit. But we said with the rain that they got, that the conditions would be softer today, and this would be a day to score. And these guys did it. And our official golf card is posted. We have Sam Burns as an outright winner and took a flyer on Aaron Rye because he was getting disrespected from a lot of people. A lot more experienced golf handicappers than me. I'm not a golf handicapper by any fucking means. But so I took a flyer on Aaron Rye as another long shot, dark horse, whatever you want to call it, to win. But Sam Burns is alive. He was one that we picked. We also had Tony Finau on our card. He's tied for 7th. I mean, even if you go beyond that, there's Finau and Shane Lowry were 5 under. They fired off 65s. Who else is here? Fleetwood's right in the mix. He's 3 under. Shot a 67 today. Tom Kim's right there. He's another one that we mentioned. Victor Hovland. He was a late ad. And no, he's 2 under. But Let's see who else. Quickly scrolling this leaderboard to see where some of these other guys are at. Yeah. I don't know. That's all I got for the leaderboard. I was kind of scrolling to see where some of these guys finished. See who might really be fucking cooked here. Some of these guys fucking. Charlie Hoffman, who hasn't played a tournament. I don't remember when last time Charlie Hoffman played a tournament. He shot a 76 today. He was 6 over. He's in fucking dead last. So a bunched up leaderboard at the top with Thagala, Grillo, Cole, Koepka, Burns, and Anderson all tied for first. And then right behind him is Ryder, Finau, Castillo, Garnett, Svensson, Shane Lowry, all these shit ton of guys 5 under. So round 2 is tomorrow. As far as weather, it's supposed to be a little bit better weather-wise tomorrow. The winds come in on Sunday. Saturday might be the best chance they have to score outside of today, based on the weather reports there. One thing to note here, Canadian Adam Svensson, who he is, he'd had the lead for a hot minute, but he's tied for 7. He's 5 under, so one back off the lead. But it was interesting about Adam Svensson is this guy was in an 8 for 3 playoff Monday trying to qualify for the U.S. Open. Came up short. And now the moment that everybody was talking about when that happened was he picked up his marker before putting out. He didn't even secure an alternate status because of that. And that might have cost him getting into the U.S. Open there with that mistake. So, I mean, he had to carry that around for a few days. And then you fast forward to today, and the guy fires off a 65 in the first round of the RBC Canadian Open. It's bogey-free, 65. And had to lead for a minute, and now he's 1 shot off. So good on him for clearing his head and getting right after that the U.S. Open qualifier. But it's not just Svensson, as the other Canadians are showing up. Taylor Pendrith is there, Silverman's there, Roger Sloan is there. So we had 21 Canadians in this thing, and this is like the Triple Crown. You have the U.S. Open, the Canadian Open, and then the Open. This is the Triple Crown of golf. But so lots of Canadians making some noise at the Canadian Open, and we'll see if that can continue heading into the weekend. Even Billy Horschel got off to a hot start. But like I said, no one's running away with this thing. And we said it yesterday that this is, it's not going to be a runaway. There's going to be guys bunched up, especially with the rain that came in and the winds that are supposed to pick up later in the weekend. It's going to change the scoring conditions here on this course. So I think Sunday you're going to get a tight leaderboard, and maybe even get a week of playoff golf, which would be great. So, but a lot of even FedEx Cups on the line here. Winner gets 500 FedEx Cup points. So, iron play is going to be important here in your approach play, and not just your distance off the tee and your accuracy off the tee. It's the approach play and the iron play at this course, and how you manage these conditions. So we'll see. Can Svensson or some other Canadians give a charge and give these Canadian golf fans something to cheer about with this packed leaderboard? And we'll monitor the weather. But it's definitely up for grabs, especially heading into tomorrow and in the weekend. Like I said, I think you're going to see lots of movement on this board, especially with the way the course plays. And it's kind of what you want from a Canadian Open. And golf is always good for live betting. If your bet's cooked And you want to fire off some bets. Live betting is always good, especially after you see who makes the cut and heading into moving day on Saturday. So I always fire off some live golf bets throughout the weekend. So make sure you check the latest odds for that if you're doing live golf betting. And if we fire off any more, I'll be sure to post them on our X page at OTH Sports Pod. And if you got Pikkit, you can follow us there on Pikkit and see our verified picks, because like we said, we are transparent, and we're not just coming on here and just throwing out picks that we're not taking. That's the nice thing about Pikkit. You can track everything there, and everything we post is verified and it's stamped on there, so you can see, track us how we're doing. But definitely get that Pikkit app if you're not using it, because for live betting, you're going to need it, because you got to be fast and furious when you're firing away on those bets. So that's the update from the Canadian Open. And like I said, if we have any more bets, they'll be on our X page at OTH Sports Pod throughout the weekend. So it's time now for the award that nobody wants. It is time for the Clown of the Week. Whoever made the dumbest decision, the biggest blunder, whatever you want to call it, the biggest buffoon of the week. And this guy, I can't stand this guy. Now his old man, I liked him as an actor. I can't stand this fucking weasel. So Ben Stiller, why don't you step right on up here as this week's Clown of the Week. Now, I do have a video clip to back up why Ben Stiller is Clown of the Week. So before everybody loses their fucking mind, so how can you give Ben Stiller the Clown of the Week? Well, let me tell you how I can give fucking Ben Stiller the Clown of the Week. Number one, because it's my fucking program and I'll do what the fuck I want. And number two, Ben Stiller, it's just like all these other Hollywood elites. Rules for thee, but not for me, clowns. And he spent years as a public advocate, humanitarian ambassador, somebody who regularly tells people that he's all about helping others and showing compassion and all this other shit, right? Just goes and just runs his mouth. And then, of course, he loves to make it known that he's at Knicks games, and he admitted he doesn't buy the seats. They just give it to him. Well, and then yesterday, as he's on his way to the Knicks game, gotta love that everybody's got a cell phone and can just snap a video. So the video I'm about to show is Ben Stiller walking to the Knicks game. And it's pretty much gone viral. And he walks right past a homeless guy on a sidewalk after he was quoted in an article of calling on all New Yorkers to help the city with the homeless count. So I'm just going to play this clip of Ben Stiller here and him yesterday before he was off to his courtside seats or whatever at the Knicks game. This is Ben Stiller on a New York sidewalk. What a scumbag this guy is. If the video will play, that'd be outstanding. All right, here's Ben Stiller yesterday walking past the homeless guy.
Are you enjoying the home right now? Because thousands of others hope you can help.
Let me recue this, because this is his PSA of how he can help New York. So I'll let the audio play. I was not going to let it play, but this is Ben Stiller and his public service announcement on how New Yorkers can help with the homeless problem as he's walking by the homeless guy.
Are you enjoying the home right now? Because thousands of others can't. But there's hope, and you can help. On January 25th, join other volunteers to help identify chronically homeless individuals. We'll offer resources to help them move to a more stable, safe environment. Bring a friend. Honestly, what's your friend doing that's so important? We can make a difference together. Are you enjoying the home right now? Because thousands of others...
What a fucking moron. What an absolute moron. And you can see him there. He's like, oh shit, somebody got me. Uh-oh. So the global humanitarian ambassador walking in the Knicks game and walks right by the homeless guy that he's advocating for. I mean, dude. I mean, this guy just rubs me. This guy just annoys the shit out of me. I mean, dude. I mean, I get it. I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, I don't know. The guy, he just didn't even acknowledge the guy. He didn't do anything. Like, I don't know. But it just irked me when I saw that. And it's just, the timing is just couldn't be any worse. It wasn't an emergency. He wasn't like catching a flight or anything. He's just going to the Knicks game. Right? You know? I mean, the Knicks being down by 29 points last night, they showed more fight in the second half. And Ben Stiller showed walking past this guy on the sidewalk. I mean, what are we doing? So that's my justification of Ben Stiller getting the clown of the week. I mean, just terrible. Flat out terrible on his part. You know, he's going to be this ambassador and do this PSA shit. At least help the guy up. Give him some money. Something. Acknowledge the guy. Anything. No, he didn't. So, congratulations, Ben Stiller. You're the clown of the week. Get a seat on the clown bus. And somebody else is going to earn another spot next week as the clown of the week. But before I get out of here, it's time to go off the rails. And, you know, because the weirdness doesn't stop with clown of the week. We go over the best, weirdest, funniest, most random shit that I found on the internet this past week. Sometimes it's hilarious. Sometimes it's just fucking insane. Sometimes it's actually even wholesome. Either way, it's officially off the rails here. So what do you say we go off the rails and see what kind of dumb shit that I found this week? And there are some good ones here. And oh boy, I didn't even remember what I picked as the first one here. But all right, let's go off the rails and see what kind of fuckery the internet has for this week. And oh, this is a good one. All right. I gotta play this fucking video. I'm not gonna play the audio because there's really no. Anyway, we're gonna start with this guy. This guy's confidence was on a completely different level with this. This is somewhere in between legendary and completely fucking insane what this guy decides to do. So apparently, authorities were investigating a suspicious package that was taped off. The bomb squad was sent to check it out. And this dude just got tired of fucking waiting and says, I'm just going to go through it. I don't know what the plan really was here with him. But look, if the bomb squad is investigating a bag, I'm probably not going to volunteer to be the first one to inspect it. I mean, dude, that's... Get it? You're impatient. That's not impatient, dude. That's like a speed run on the fucking Darwin Awards. Fucking, what are we... Oh, my God. And he just looked at the whole situation and he's like, you know what? I'm going to handle that. Mind-blowing. What the... Like... My God. All right. This next one. This is Entrepreneur of the Year right here. So the sign, a little blurry. I will play the audio for this because this is pretty good. The sign says "Flash for free lemonade." It's a little bit blurry, but it'll be more in focus when I play the clip. So, so I don't know how sustainable this business model is for this kid, but good on this kid for making a sign, and I do respect this kid's hustle.
Flash for free lemonade? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Here.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, it worked.
I respect the hustle of that kid. The marketing department I don't know. This kid might have a future in marketing. But, wonder what the kid's sales were for that day. Love to know that. But good on that kid. And, it's one for the memory books with that kid. All right. Now, this might be one of the greatest fantasy football punishments of all time with this guy. Midsummer trick-or-treating as Harry Potter to pay off a loser fantasy football season.
Okay, no worries.
Wrong season, my friend.
Yeah.
It's a little bit early.
I know. I'm just gonna miss it this
So
year.
his league
Sorry.
Candy, anything?
made this
Chocolate,
loser
trick-or-treat.
go trick-or-treating in June.
I know, and I'm
he
gonna
couldn't
miss it
stop
this year.
until he collected 10 pieces of candy.
Trick or treat? No.
Dressed as fucking
Au revoir.
Harry Potter.
Au revoir. Hey, trick or treat. Anything?
The fuck is it? Or why? Is he in Canada? It's
Thank
like
you.
French Canadian shit going on here.
Halloween.
Imagine opening your front door and fucking see some clown dressed as Harry Potter, and it's 90
Hi,
fucking
trick or
degrees
treat.
outside.
Perishable.
I mean, honestly, I probably would have.
Like a soup.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. See ya. Have a good day. No. Like anything?
Anything. He's asking for anything. You just had to get 10 items. Give me anything.
I can't. Let's dump it out. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Looks like a pack of like
Cash 4.
sugar or
5,
some shit.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes! I'm done.
I guess there could be worse things to do, but honestly, you know what? I would have emptied all the candy I have or give him some random shit just out of respect for that guy to go dress up as Harry Potter. Charlie Sheen. Now, this is a little bit long of a clip, but for good journalism, I want to hear him explain. So Charlie Sheen is just proving how much fuck you money that he has, and also money can't buy happiness. But apparently he can buy 2,200 baseball seats at the Angels Stadium.
That was in like April of '96.
Who did you do this for?
I did it for Cecil Fielder. Yes.
Okay. Well, in
Anaheim at the Big A.
Okay. So
yeah.
You got an entire section.
Well, I called and I just because I wanted to sit in that section, and they said, well, that section's it's an underattended game. That section's closed. Mm-hmm. And I said, okay, what about this? How many seats are in that section? They were like 2,200. And I said, what if I wanted to buy all of them? And I said, what kind of break could you cut me? What kind of deal could you swing?
And?
I think it came out to something like 7,000. So what does that break? That's like $4 through three.
Well, I mean, $4 a seat for a right field.
I was left
field because of him, right?
Yeah,
okay, left field.
Yeah.
What intrigued you about Cecil Fielder so much?
Just that it was because I wanted to force the hand of the baseball gods, hands of the god, and not
Can't
just
do
get
that.
catch a foul ball, but catch a home run ball. Mm-hmm. And so I figured if I've got the entire left field stands with a couple buddies of mine, I've stacked the deck.
And you brought your glove too, right?
I did.
Of course you did.
Yeah, I mean, we were hammered. We barely made it to the game. So there's also a great shot in Sports Illustrated of me standing like this with a glove and like the empty stands behind me. We didn't catch anything that night.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Not even from anybody else.
Nothing. And the next night, in like not just in that section, like in our seats, 4 home runs were hit.
Of course.
How about that? You can't force the hand of the baseball
They
god.
call it game of inches, but it's really timing's everything.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, you can't force the hands of the baseball gods there. But good on him, though. I mean, that's a lot of money for an entire section. He's closed off an entire section so you can get a Cecil Fielder home run ball. Either insane or Hall of Fame fan behavior. I can't decide what that is, but man, always something with Charlie Sheen. All right. This is probably the least shocking headline, though, in internet history with Seth Rogen. He says he smoked weed every day since he was 20 years old.
I smoke weed all day, every single day since I was 20 years old, maybe something like that.
20.
Yeah. I equate it to shoes or glasses. Like, are shoes like a crutch we use, or are they a thing that we have culturally decided make our lives easier and better? You know, that is exactly how weed is to me. Could I not wear shoes? Probably. Could I not smoke weed? Probably. Would I just much rather smoke weed all day? Yes. I smoke weed all.
I mean, smoke them if you got them, but I mean, it's like breaking news that Joey Chestnut likes hot dogs. I mean, we all know Seth Rogen smokes a shit ton of weed, but did you really? I don't know. The point of the fucking interview. What's the point of the question? We all know you smoke weed. Whatever. All right. Oh boy. Questionable decisions. This guy is on the list of questionable decisions. He brought his pet baby alligator to a party while drinking. And then this guy learned a valuable lesson. Baby alligators are still fucking alligators, dude. And what the fuck do you think it's gonna do? Of course it fucking bit somebody. Dumb fuck. Nature remains undefeated. An idiot. I mean, what do you think it was gonna do, dude? Of course it's gonna fucking bite her. What the fuck? My God. And it's still an alligator, dude. All right, enough of this fucking idiot. What the fuck? All right. Well, this is pretty wild. McDonald's rolling out more AI technology. They're getting rid of fountain sodas, and then now they're rolling out AI technology. So apparently, the drive-through is going to be AI. They're testing it in certain markets. This is actually pretty funny when you hear the AI voice.
Welcome back. Bienvenidos. Please share your mobile code or start your order now.
Can I have the Huntrix meal?
Was that with hunter sauce and demon sauce?
Yes.
Was that with Coke?
Orange soda.
Anything else for you today?
Apple juice.
What else can I get for you?
Side of barbecue sauce.
Anything else for you today?
That's it.
Your total is $12.60. Please pull forward.
Fucking Archie.
Welcome back. Bienvenidos. Please share your mobile code or start your order now.
Español.
Hola, ¿qué te gustaría ordenar?
2 caritas feliz.
Eso fue con leche.
I wonder how many languages this thing
¿Algo
knows.
más que le puedo ofrecer hoy?
Nada más.
Su total es $9.95. Por favor, avance a la ventanilla de pago.
Good Lord.
Welcome back, David. May I take your order?
Thanks. Can I get my usual?
Your usual.
The usual.
The crispy deluxe meal and 2 cookies.
Good Lord.
Anything to go with that?
Yeah, can I see the full menu?
Sure. What would you like from the full menu?
I'll get a quarter pounder.
Without cheese, right?
Right.
Done. Anything else?
I'll also get 3 McSpicy meals.
Is that with barbecue sauce?
No, hot honey, please.
Got it. Anything else for you today?
No, that's all.
Great. If everything looks correct, please pull forward. Fresh fries coming right up.
Oh my God. I already get my fucking order wrong talking to humans. Now we're adding AI into the mix. What could possibly fucking go wrong with your McDonald's order? Why don't they get AI to fix the fucking milkshake machine? If anybody's looking for a new career, I got some important career news for you. The average salary of a clown in the U.S. turns out it actually pays pretty well. Shit. This job doesn't fucking make it. Me, I can be a clown. Good Lord. $44 to $68,000 a year to be a clown. And if you're an elite clown, you can clear 6 figures. Next time somebody is called a clown online, Ben Stiller, he might actually be doing better financially than the person tweeting it or mentioning it. Yeah, I didn't think about it. Yeah, you know what? That son of a bitch is doing better than me. He's still a fucking clown though. There you go. The average clown salary. You make almost $70,000, but if you level up in an elite clown, $100,000. Hey. Oh, this is good. Before we get to the wholesome part of the off the rails segment here, which is typically all animal, mostly dog stuff. Jack says his kids need 3 degrees before they can touch daddy's cheese.
In order to touch daddy's cheese, you got to have 3 degrees.
That's a lot of degrees.
Yeah, because I believe in respectable nepotism. You know, I was with the Miami Heat one day, and an article came out. The grandmother leaves the son $250 million, right? So I didn't think nothing of it because it's a rich family. So I go in the locker room one day to shoot, and this kid's on his knees scrubbing the bathroom floor. And I'm looking at him, I'm like, hey man, didn't your grandmother just give you $250 million? Yeah, but dad wants me to start from the bottom. So he had to do that. He was picking up jocks. And he was, you know, he started in the marketing department, and now I think he's the vice president. Once I saw that, I was like, you know what? That right there is respectable nepotism. Because the kid went to Duke, his grandma gave him $250. He could have been like, I'm not doing anything. But his dad said, nope, you start from the bottom. So that's what I also teach my kids. And I also have to teach them, we're not rich. I'm rich.
Respectable nepotism. That might be the funniest phrase I heard all week. But good on Shaq, though. Teach his kids to earn that money. That's good parenting right there. Hey, I'm rich. You're not rich. You gotta earn it. Hey, listen, your dad's Shaq. You better be bringing something to the fucking table in genetics. Good on Shaq. Good on him. Most people just give their kids a fucking handout. All right. The fuckery's done. It's time for the wholesome part of this program. If there is one. I mean, who doesn't love dogs? So we'll get to the wholesome part here with the pups. This dog takes Amazon deliveries more seriously than most Amazon employees.
Go get it.
There, go get it. Come on, Bear.
Come on.
Come on, Bear. Good boy.
Come on, Bearsies. Come on. Get the cookie.
Come on. Get the picture for the package.
Oh, yeah, I don't need a picture.
All right. Thanks, man.
You guys have a good one.
Yeah, every package gets a personal escort to the front door. That's 5-star customer service from that pooch. All right. Dog was told no more treats and then reacted exactly like a teenager.
You cannot have another treat. You've had too many. Too many. Sorry. Sorry.
I haven't seen that same move after parents take away the car keys. My lord. That's why dogs are better than people. I believe this is like a reel of this person's golden. It kind of looks like the same pup in this clip. But this is this dog's like the Michael Jordan of backyard pool dives. That dog definitely gets a style for 10 on that pool dive, though. Yeah, you're not laughing at this. This is the best one. Right there. He mounts that thing and goes to town. This is why dogs are better than people. I mean, how do you argue this? All right. Check this dog out. Detective Barkinson, Neighborhood Crimes Unit. You know, we have an active investigation here unfolding. I don't know who dressed this dog. The dog and whoever dressed it should get an award, for sure. Looks like he's been working on a squirrel trafficking case for 6 months. We got leads. We got leads. We just need one witness to talk. Look at that. How's a dog? I don't understand how. I don't know. Good on that person who dressed their dog like that. I don't know. All right, we got one more, I think. Oh, yeah. This dog discovered the greatest life hack in history. Check this pooch out. Free bath, free massage, no appointment required. Look at that. Again, that's why dogs are better than people. He's like, turn it back on. That's great. He's just getting all of it. Yeah, honestly, that pup's living better than any of us, for sure. That's going to do it for Off the Rails. That's all we got, at least for this week. There'll be more next week of weird chaos with gambling and Twitter, internet, whatever we find. But that wraps it up for this week for Off the Rails. And that's going to wrap it up for us, too, this week. That's all we got. Listen, if you enjoyed the show, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like it, subscribe, click the little bell button so you get notified. We're on here more than we're not on here. So make sure you get notified when we are on here. That's going to do it. My dogs are patiently waiting for another walk. This is all I do is do laps around my neighborhood. But whatever. It might even be raining. I don't even fucking know. But that's it for tonight. We'll be back. Probably next time we'll be back is Wednesday, hopefully with Evan Grube from Grube Golf and Woodstone Country Club. And we'll go over, we'll preview the 126th U.S. Open from Shinnecock Hills. We're just working out the details of that. That'll be posted on our X page at OTH Sports Pod, but most likely to be Wednesday. I'm traveling out west, California and Vegas for a week. But hey, listen, we'll still get you guys all the info to make sure you can bet on the U.S. Open. Just working out the details with Evan. So, but like I said, keep an eye on the X page at OTH Sports Pod as well here on YouTube, and we'll get you guys notified when that PGA Pro breakdown for the U.S. Open is going to air. And just make sure you follow us here on YouTube and X at OTH Sports Pod. Follow all our picks on Pikkit. Pikkit plays of the day are always posted on our X page at OTH Sports Pod. If you don't have Pikkit, get it, download it, put in code OTH, and ride with us there on Pikkit. And hey, looking for a great dog, remember Echo, Freedom First Rescue. That's the pup we're back in this week. And check them out, freedomfirstrescue.com. For Mookie Nash and myself, let's cash some tickets. Let's beat the books. And we'll see you guys at the window.